what to do in the garden in the month of November and December. Hello, welcome to 7 Savings Garden, where we talk about gardening, ways to save money, and other special events. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get notified of all upcoming videos. Hello everybody, so today we're going to be talking about what you can do in the garden in the month of November and December. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I'm doing in the garden in the month of November and December, just before it gets really cold and you have snow on the ground. So let's go and I'll show you a few things that you can take care of right now and help you get a better start on your gardening next spring. So let's go. So the first things I'm doing is try to take care of like all the dead plants like these. I just got out, especially the big ones like this. I put the big ones like this in my compost pile. So all I do is just pull out all the dead plants. I pull out all the dead plants and any weeds that are growing and put them in my compost pile, or use the weeds to cover the bed, because if you leave the weeds, they're just gonna spread all over the garden. So pull out the dead plants. Once I'm done pulling out the dead plants, what I do is I use either the dead plants or weeds to cover the garden bed. So like over here, I've used shredded leaves to cover the bed. Covering the bed helps the bed maintain some moisture, and also helps the bed protects the bed from the extreme weather. And that way you have some microorganisms still, like worms and other stuff, still being able to survive a long time and even recover much faster than without covering it. So you want to also clean out any of the other things you have in the garden, like sticks and designs and stuff like that. You want to pull all of those off and then put them aside and pack them somewhere. All the tools and things that you use in the garden, you want to pull them off. If you have cold weather crops like this, so what I just did here is I just used grass clippings and leaves just to cover the bottom as much as possible, protect the roots. As you can see, these ones are still fine. It's just that the temperature is getting very cold, so they're gonna be able to recover later on. But what I just did was just cover the roots as much as possible with either grass clippings or leaves. And then so I still have this side of the bed to cover. I covered the rest of these with leaves. So that's gonna protect the bed, and at least get the bed is gonna be able to get much better result next year. Another thing you can do is you can also pull all the sticks and sticks like these, or tomato baskets or tomato cages like this. You just pull them and put them together, gather them, and put all the sticks. If you want to put all the sticks together, like over here, I'm gonna put the sticks over here in one place. That way, I can, when I start the next season, I'm able to easily just grab what I need instead of trying to clean out everything again. So over here, we still have some leaves, and some of them, like the weeds and stuff like that. If I don't have enough grass clippings or leaves to cover it, I just leave the weeds there. And especially if they are small roots, if the roots are still there, the roots are gonna help with the worms and the other stuff that we have on the ground that are gonna continue eating the roots and be able to provide some much better nutrition and much better value to the bed. So if you have small roots, small plants, you can leave them. If you pull them out like this, you can see the roots. So the roots are gonna be by spring, all the roots are gonna be done. They're gonna be covered. If you have small containers like this, I'm just gonna combine all the small containers into one big container like this. That's gonna maintain at least the soil, or it's gonna maintain the moisture in the soil, and that way we are able to at least maintain the nutrients, and the worms in there in the bigger containers are gonna do much better than in small containers. So also, like I said about compost pile, I have it. So all the other dead plants and dead leaves and everything, I put in my compost pile right here. As you can see, this one is empty, so this one is full. So most of the leaves and grass clippings, weeds that I pull from the garden, I put them in my compost pile. So in this raised bed over here, I filled it up with leaves, as you can see. Fill the bed up with leaves, and this is gonna protect the raised bed and provide it much nutrients, and also avoid insects and other stuff from building their nest on the raised bed. So definitely it's gonna be much better next year. Another thing you can do in the month of November or December is you can plant garlic. Last year, last November, December, I planted garlic in this bed. As you can see, some of the ones that are still new ones are still coming out over here from the seeds. But I'm also planting garlic in containers like these, where we're gonna be able to get garlic next year. So you can plant garlic right now. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. That helps the channel out. And don't forget to share. If you like the video, somebody else might like the video. So please share the video. Okay, also let me know in the comments below what you're doing, what you usually do in the garden in November and December. I might learn something from you. So if you're doing something in your garden, please leave a comment below so that we know what you're doing. So I just used grass clippings to cover the garlic, and that way it protects the garlic from extreme temperatures in the winter. And then once the spring comes, the garlics are gonna start shooting out, and they're gonna still start growing out of those 2 containers. So in the greenhouse, as you can see, most of the tropical plants are dead. So what I'm doing right now is I'm pulling all the dead leaves and all the dead stems from here. Once I pull them out, I'm gonna combine all the potting soil that I have to one big container, so that it gives the worms a chance to continue to do well in a bigger container as opposed to a small container. In a small container like this, they can easily get very extremely cold, and what they usually happens is they're gonna lay eggs and die, and then in the spring we get more. But what I'm doing right now is pulling out all the dead plants, and then I'm just putting in this 30-gallon container. I'm pulling most of the them in this 30-gallon container, and you're gonna, like you see a lot of worms. All the worms that are in there are gonna continue thriving, because in here the mass in here maintains that temperature a little bit better than in small containers. So I emptied all the containers that were over here into these big container, and then what I'm gonna do now is just cover it with leaves. It's gonna protect the soil, and then we can use the soil next year. And the worms that are in there are gonna continue thriving, and at least protect it from the harsh weather. So that is it. So covering it with leaves like this, or grass clippings, or leaves like this, will prevent weeds from coming out and also preserve the soil. Okay, so we're good. These 2 containers are good. So now we can continue with the garden, pulling out some of the big equipment or cages that we use, trying to put them together, store them, so that next year we can start afresh. Okay, that is it for today. I hope you liked the video. If you like the video, please smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to share. Thanks for watching. Happy growing.